Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Let's Go Places. It's a program that I'm very, very proud to say has been in existence at WBCB 1490 AM and now 107.3 on the FM dial, which gives us a stronger signal. But we've now been broadcasting this show uh, ubiquitously. There's a word for you
Wow.
around the Delaware Valley, but
Can you
our home place
hold on
most
now?
of
I'm
the
going to
time.
find
Yeah,
out
look
what
that
that
word
means.
up.
Yeah, I was going to look that one up.
has we found a good center spot, right, Bree? Bree, our engineer, who's here and keeps me intact and my head straight most of the time. But it's a show that we're very proud of because what it does is it conveys a message to you, our listeners, about the courageous effort of all of our first responders, our heroes. As you can see, the sign in the front there, with that's displayed on in front of our table. But it's all about the courageous efforts of our heroes, our police, our fire, our EMTs, paramedics, military, and our medical, too. We have a special guest here today, Dave Price, who's going to be sitting in with us. Thanks for joining us today, Dave.
Nice to be here.
Yeah.
Nice to see everybody.
Did you get any rest last night or the night before after the that long trip that we're going to be talking about?
About a half hour after I got home, and two of the grandkids were there, and they left, and I was showered and in bed within a half hour.
I'll bet you were.
Long day.
How about you, Charlie? Did you get to bed quick?
No, I was so wound up.
Were you?
Know, yeah. I had to get a couple things done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I finally managed to get to bed.
Oh, that's great. That's great. It was a great trip, and we're going to be talking to you about the Bucks County annual Tour of Honor that we do, where we bring all of our military. Seven buses this year.
Yeah, there was 5 buses of veterans, and then
Right.
we had a bus with the kids.
With the kids,
and
right?
a bus with the cadets. Or whatever.
Exactly. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But I want to thank Paul Muller, the owner of Team Toyota. He has 3 stores, one right here at our home place, 746 East Lincoln Highway in Langhorne. He has been sponsoring this show and for many, many other shows. He's altruistically one of the biggest donors in the Delaware Valley when it comes to charity. I've never approached him where he said, when I approached him, he has never looked at me and said, no, I can't do it. It's always, what do you need and how can I help? And he's now a board member with our Bucks County Tour of Honor as well. And I want to thank him wholeheartedly for all the work that he's doing. This happens to be now our dealership, Team Toyota, the now central home place for the Bucks County Tour of Honor, where Paul gave us an office upstairs with everything that we need. We have all of our board meetings here, all the planning that takes place with all of our volunteers, a lot of work throughout the year, and it's now here at 746 East Lincoln Highway. But I'll be talking throughout the show about what Paul and myself have put together for all of you, our heroes, who are listening. And even if you're not listening, we're going to reach out to you. My goal is to reach, we have more than 40,000 veterans in the county of Bucks. When I heard that, I was astounded. I couldn't believe it. We have so many veterans. But we have 40,000 veterans here in Bucks County alone. Contiguously, when you look at the Delaware Valley and Philadelphia County, Montgomery County, there's thousands, literally thousands of our veterans that we supplement as well as part of the Bucks County Tour of Honor. And we're very proud of that. We're very proud of it, that this event takes place, and it fulfills a lot of emotions that have been locked up inside by many of our veterans because of the treatment, and there was no embracing when they came home in the Vietnam. We're talking about the Vietnam War
Yes.
now. Just very sad. Some of them spit on and humiliated by the people who they were protecting for liberty, for freedom in this country, which really, it was just a bad state of affairs that should have never occurred.
Yeah, when the most hateful thing was when they called you baby killers.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, you heard that a lot. You know, baby killers.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was hard for them guys. Yeah, very hard.
It was very hard and emotional. You know, they picked up and took on a responsibility serving this nation to keep everyone safe. There's Paul. Paul Muller just came in. How are you, boss?
Commander in Chief.
Yes, the commander in chief. Speaking of the brass, and they committed themselves courageously, valiantly to go over to other countries. They had no idea what the demographics were going to be. They just knew that they had to fulfill a mission, and they did it.
Yeah, most of them were young kids or just patriotic. You know, they wasn't really knowledgeable of the world, what's going around in the world. It's just that they were patriotic and they wanted to serve.
Do you remember when you were 17, 18?
Yeah.
You just you think you knew everything about
Right.
life, Dave.
Then you get a piece of paper that says you got to go,
Yeah.
That's true.
and here's where we're sending you.
Yeah, and you had to prepare yourself as best you could at,
Yes.
at that young age. Many impressionable, at that age, and many that went over there and lost their lives. We'll talk a little bit about Vietnam, as we're doing now, and the lives that were lost. And it sickens me that we lost more than 55,000
Young men.
soldiers, young men and women, lost their lives to keep harmony over there in North and South Vietnam. Obviously, everyone knows that war went on. That conflict occurred. It began in 1955 through 1975, where ultimately everything eventually ended. And today, it's a democratic country over there, fortunately. And it's a place where many people want to go back. It's a destination that some of our soldiers went back to visit to try and heal themselves emotionally with the scars that occurred while they were fighting Vietnam. 55,000 lives. And then, when you look at the breakdown around the country, not that it matters because they were our American soldiers, but what amazed me is California lost more than any of the other states, about 5,500 soldiers, and followed by New York. Don't remember the third. It's probably here somewhere. And Pennsylvania was in the top 5 as well.
And then I mentioned the wounded ones that came home. There were programs for them and to help them get on. Like we have today, we have Warriors,
War
Warriors, and they build homes and they modify homes for the vets that are coming back. Well, they never had that back then.
No, they didn't.
They came back wounded, or like you said, we lost 55,000, but the wounded ones came home with nothing. They were on their own.
And the government fought them with the Agent Orange for so many years. How many? And P.S. that
post-traumatic stress disorder.
And it was just like, what are you talking about? That's what they had to hear. It was sad. At least today, they have so much going for them. And believe me, there's not enough that they can do, in my opinion, for them. Whatever they have done for them is not enough.
Vietnam.
Getting emotional talking about these poor guys.
We had 2 right in my neighborhood. When I was a kid, I remember them. I'll never forget their names. They lived in Eddington, my section, and their houses are still there. I mean, they're all moved on now, but they came. I remember when they came home, and I'll never forget their names. They're from right in our little
right
neighborhood.
In your neck of the woods.
Yep.
Yeah, and some of them, as you indicated, I believe all of them came back scarred emotionally, mentally, with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Right.
And our good friend Mike DeBonis, who's a service officer for the Yardley Command up there, the Yardley Post 6393, I can't tell you how many countless individuals he has helped to get what many of our soldiers deserve, because he had to fight through the VA to get them a certain percentage for their disabilities.
They're a lot better than they were a few years ago.
In today's world, they're a lot better. They're not perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
But it's not like it was back when the boys and girls came back from Nam.
That's true. That's true.
Some veterans were waiting 6 months to get an appointment to do something for the longest time. They've improved that over the years, thank God. they stretch it out. They made it more easier. They're allowing them to see other doctors. They didn't have to go to the veterans.
To the
now.
veterans.
Which, like you said, everything's getting better and better and better. It's just a long process.
It's just heartwarming to know that it's getting a little bit better. And Mike DeBonis, who's our vice president with the Bucks County Tour of Honor, he does an incredible job. I've called him countless times, and not once has he ever told me on the phone. And as a matter of fact, I don't remember him ever telling me, I'm in the middle of something, Tom, can I call you back? Even if he was preoccupied with something, he was always ready to listen, because he knew that when I did call, it was about a veteran in need, in distress. And he has helped many of them. Yeah. Hearing loss, certain ailments that they've picked up as a result of the war, and they weren't getting anything. Some of them weren't getting anything at all, and he ended up getting as much as 100% disability now, where they can live, a good life, sustainable life, and as they move forward. Well, you served in the Army.
Yes, I did.
What brought you into the service? Was it a draft or?
No, I was RA. I joined right after high school.
Okay.
I was one of those patriotic gun-hole kids.
God bless you for that.
And I just went right down and joined.
Yeah.
To my mother's dismay, but, what are you going to do? You know how mothers are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then right after that, my brother joined. So it was.
Same branch of service?
Yeah, Army.
Both of you went into the Army.
Right, and he unfortunately for him, but he went to Nam, and I went to Germany. I was one of the lucky ones.
Right.
And I try to tell people that if they ever gave me a piece of paper to say you're being shipped to Nam, every soldier would have did it.
Sure.
Because for the longest time you didn't have boots on the ground. Well, they would have won if they had to go.
You're darn right.
You were the back support. Cause my dad also never made it to the Korean War, but he was in Germany. That was a support for our troops overseas.
Right. Sure.
You need that whole structure to support that and the whole way through.
Good point, Dave.
Yes.
That's a very good point. And throughout the show, I want to also mention this special program that we have put together, especially the way the culture is today with the car industry. We'll continue to talk about the Special Heroes program, where many dealerships are charging $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 over the manufacturer's suggested retail price. That's incredible. $5,000, $10,000 to $15,000 over the MSRP. We've never wavered here at Team Toyota, thanks to the leadership of Paul Muller. Always at MSRP, and now I walked up and I spoke to him and I said, can we do something special now, the way the culture is with vehicles and everything? And he said, let's do $500 off the MSRP and make sure that you give them the prices, the special prices with all the warranties, the unprotected areas of the vehicle, and it's working out well. And I'm going to be talking to you about it throughout the show, because there's a lot of you who aren't aware of it. The program is here. 215-768-6505. Ask for Tom Mellon. Who is that guy anyway?
I don't know.
Who knows? That's what I'm here to find out.
What a character. Don't go anywhere. As Bree's telling me, you need to take a break and mention our sponsors who are so important. We'll be right back.
During the Toyota Ready, Set, Go sales event, just imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Whatever you need, from an electric vehicle to a rugged, versatile truck, we have new Toyotas on the ground for immediate delivery. Or choose from over 100 certified used options, which undergo a rigorous inspection and include an amazing warranty. Plus service centers that can save you time and money and keep you on the road. So let's go to Team Toyota this spring. Just visit teamtoyota.net to find a location near you.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video stream live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
Are you a parrot head? Not that kind.
Oi Dana, my love to Papuga.
That's more like it. If you're this kind of parrot head, don't forget to check out the Denny O Polka Show every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
During the Toyota Ready Set Go sales event, just imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Whatever you need, from an electric vehicle to a rugged versatile truck, we have new Toyotas on the ground for immediate delivery. Or choose from over 100 certified used options, which undergo a rigorous inspection and include an amazing warranty. Plus service centers that can save you time and money and keep you on the road. So let's go to Team Toyota this spring. Just visit teamtoyota.net to find a location near you.
We're back here with Let's Go Places at our home headquarters, which is headquarters at Tim. There you go. You like that. At 746 East Lincoln Highway in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Come in and see us. You will enjoy the beautiful state-of-the-art atmosphere that will welcome you and charm you in here, along with our team of professionals. And me, if you are a police, fire, any hero type, police, fire, military, medical, we have to count them as well, our EMTs and paramedics. Make sure that you ask for me, Tom Mellon, so that I can put you in and qualify you and give you the confirmation of great prices for vehicles, especially under this new program that we're doing now, the Heroes Special Program. We always call it the Heroes Program. Now it's the Heroes Special Program, where you're $500 under the MSRP, which is just, it's unprecedented. I don't know of any dealership that has done it, or nor do they even care of doing it. A certain amount with each purchase, we make a charitable, aside from your discount, we make a charitable contribution to, if it's police, it's the Survivors Fund, which Charlie's going to talk about in a little bit. That's coming up, a special event at the Fraternal Order of Police. And for our firefighters, it's the Widows Fund. If it's military, it's our Tour of Honor now that we donate to. And medical, we want to really reach out to the medical, because that's important, that many of the hospitals who are starting to get a glimpse and hearing about the program we have here, they're going to have special charities that they'll be anxious for us to contribute and donate to, which is great. We were talking about special programs in the show as we began, and Hiring Our Heroes, Dave, is another program that Team Toyota is very, very much involved with. Hiring Our Heroes, how that works is many of our veterans come home, and we know from experience, hearing and witnessing and meeting a lot of our veterans, they're very, how do I say it, very introvertive. They come back home. They don't want to talk about the incidents that occurred over there. They don't want to really let a lot of these big corporations and businesses aware when they apply for a job of what their qualifications and capabilities are. Let's face it, our military, where can you find a better qualified candidate? And there's so many professions when our military come back that they hold. And once again, if you hire, these big companies are now hiring our heroes and putting them right at the top of the list, but that's where they should be when they come back. And as they come back and to get involved with these big companies who are involved, they're making a big difference for the growth of the companies, and it's working out real well. So not only do you get a great employee, but you're helping hire a veteran.
Yeah, people think of the military as soldiers.
Yes.
But they have mechanics.
Good point.
IT guys, paper secretaries, clerks. It's not just the soldier that's coming
back
home.
Right.
They also learn other jobs. And
Oh my God!
Sure,
yeah,
it's called the MOS, Military Occupation Status.
Yeah.
And there's all different classes of heavy equipment. Could be clerks, could be mailroom, mail people, military police, paramedics. Every trade that's out here in our free country, these people are trained to do. There's somebody in the military trained of MOS to
Sure.
do that to do these types of jobs. They're disciplined. They're willing to work
On time.
on time. Know what the schedules are.
Yeah, for every soldier out there, there's two people supporting him. You
Yes.
know, I mean, so you have all these other, and even a soldier, he has that discipline time thing. You know, he's obeys. I'm going to say obeys orders, but when you get a job, you listen to your boss. You know what I mean? He has that he already has that in him.
Yes.
So the trades, I'm glad that you mentioned that the trades, you know, your plumbers, your electricians, your carpenters, there's so many trades out there and locals that are looking when these veterans come back to hire them. And not only when you look at the administrative aspect, but all your trades and your professions there are making a big difference when they come back. And as I said, you can't find a better qualified person to work for a company, and they're there. I mean,
Yes.
they're giving their lives and fighting courageously for our freedom. And when they come back, it's one way to reward them, and it's a reward that these big companies are recognizing is helping them.
Yes,
It's
couldn't agree with you more.
oh yeah, it's phenomenal. Once again, this special program for all of our heroes, our police, fire, military, medical. I say this in my sleep. I say it so often, but it's important. 40,000 of our military veterans alone in Bucks County, and then when you look at the thousands of our other heroes, other first responders, including the sheriff's department too. I forgot to mention them. Our sheriffs as well, correctional officers, police and fire. When you incorporate all of them into the fold, it's probably close to 100,000 people.
Yes.
And their family members are also included. It's a matter of just picking up the phone, 215-768-6505. Tom Mellon, you'll be answering. Well, I'll be answering the call for your call, and I'll qualify you, put all the information down, and help you in every way that I possibly can, especially with today's culture with the vehicles being so short. What's the rumor? And I only can say we don't know, but they're telling us the reason why when you drive by a dealership, regardless of where it is, you're not finding inventory, and it's because of the shortage of the semiconductor chips and also manpower, workforce. I shouldn't say just women as well. The workforce has been decimated, and it began with the COVID and other illnesses that were going on, and so with this culture as it is, it's hard enough. We're ordering vehicles for people.
Yeah,
And by ordering a vehicle, it's like 3, 4, 5 months. So if you have a lease, it's best to come in and see me 5, 6 months prior to your lease terminating. Why? Number one, and this is really important for everyone to be aware and to remember, the economy is now has rewarded, and continues to reward the consumer. How? The value of their cars, because of the supply and the demand is worth, the value of the vehicles that you're driving now, that you're leasing, are worth more than what they typically would. Meaning the dealerships here at Team Toyota, most importantly, we're going to give you more dollars for your vehicle than you would typically get. In a lease, you're not even paying for the equity, but we still give it to you. So that's one part of the program that I'm educating and helping all of our heroes with when they come in. It's about education. So when you come into my office, the first thing I'm going to do is to take inventory of every one of your needs. Why are you here? Well, everyone needs a vehicle. The last time I checked, I don't see many bicycles out there, especially in the bad weather. These new motorized boards people are riding around in. You won't see me on one of those, and most people you won't. So the need for vehicles are always going to be here. Changes that are occurring with the hybrid system. So what I do is I take an inventory of what your needs are. I'm doing all the talking right now, but as my mother and father always told me as I grew up, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. So speak just half the amount of time. Listen to the the person that's in front of you, and maybe you'll learn something. So I do that. It's very, very difficult, but I do it. And I take an inventory of your needs, find out what your trade is, get you the most value for your trade, and then we start working on ordering you a vehicle. That's not what's important for me to provide for you. It's what you're looking for. That's always important here at Team Toyota. Many dealerships you walk in and they'll try and do the little bait and switch and take this car right now, and they'll give you reasons why you should drive off with that. That's not happening.
Boy, do we all know that.
Oh my goodness.
Or have experienced that. Oh
God, isn't it true, Dave?
Yes, yes.
You won't find that, especially under this program, because I'm going to listen to you, and anything you want to know, I'm going to educate you. It's full transparency. So I turn my screen around, as you know, and here's what you're paying for. Bing, 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 bing. No hidden surprises, and the cost I cut for you. Thank goodness, through the charitable efforts of Paul Mellon. So this program, once again, it's just phenomenal, and I've already been told that I cannot retire, even though I'm in my 70s now. John McNesby, our good friend at Fraternal Order Police Lodge 5, said to me countless times, "You're not going to retire, are you?" I said, "Well, why?" "Well, because who's going to be taking over I said, "When that time comes,
somebody will be
we'll find someone. I'll find someone. But right now, I'm having too much fun, enjoying helping all of you out there."
We should tell John the same thing. You can't retire, John.
That's right. Oh, my God.
What are they going to do?
Oh,
Dave, great statement, and I'm glad that you said it, not me, because right away I'm biased.
No, I know John, and, I've seen him, not personally, but talked to him several times at the FOP and outside of work, and he's a good guy.
Terrific guy, isn't he?
He's a people guy. And
he did more for the police department than any other president we had, I think.
Boy, do we need that.
Yes. He's got the goons to stand up to the people he has to stand up to.
He jot that word down. He comes up with these words every once in a while. I'm going to have to jot it down.
Yeah.
Well,
It's an Italian word.
Oh,
It's an
yeah.
Italian word.
Okay, I got it. You can explain it to me
I'll-
later. Remember,
I'll tell you later.
Remember, we're on the air right now.
Yes.
But no, you're right. I mean, the experience, the information that he gathers from any concern or problem with our police officers on the street, or a special need for a child of one of our heroes out there, police, whether it be husband or wife, he just does everything, and he has a great team there. With
He puts
Stevie
in at
Weiler.
least 60 hours a week.
60.
Yeah, at least.
Maybe even higher.
Maybe even higher than
I had
that.
several police officers on my bus on a tour the other day, and father and son both retired. They
Lou.
spoke so well of John.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yes.
Probably Lou Colbert and his son,
Yeah.
Yeah, and Junior.
Junior. Yeah,
Yes.
they're a couple of my guys.
Yep.
We're going to take another quick break for our sponsors to identify themselves and thank all of we thank you, our sponsors, for continuing to keep WBCB alive and well. Then we'll talk a little bit more about John McNesby, and we'll go into some of the other programs that
Yes.
we're doing. But you're listening to Let's Go Places here at Team Toyota 746 East Lincoln Highway. I'm Tom Mellon, your host for 12 years now, and very proud to say and hopeful through God's graces that I'll continue to bring all these shows to you right here on WBCB 1490. Don't go anywhere. We'll return after a few words from our sponsors.
During the Toyota Ready, Set, Go sales event, just imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Whatever you need, from an electric vehicle to a rugged, versatile truck, we have new Toyotas on the ground for immediate delivery. Or choose from over 100 certified used options, which undergo a rigorous inspection and include an amazing warranty. Plus service centers that can save you time and money and keep you on the road. So let's go to Team Toyota this spring. Just visit teamtoyota.net to find a location near you.
Opinions matter, and so does yours. Hi, I'm Joe Fabrizi, inviting you to join us every Monday at 1 p.m. for Opinions Matter, right here on 1490 AM WBCB. Opinions Matter is now live streamed at WBCB1490.com. We want to hear from you because your opinion does matter.
Hey, this is Jonesy. Kick off your Thursday and Friday evenings in style. Join me for an eclectic freeform mix of the hits and beyond. It's a happening, a musical journey. It's the Glenn Jones Radio Experience, right here on 1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM, Thursday and Friday, 5 to 6 p.m., directly following the legendary Jerry Blavitt. Radio, the way it ought to be.
During the Toyota Ready, Set, Go sales event, just imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Whatever you need, from an electric vehicle to a rugged, versatile truck, we have new Toyotas on the ground for immediate delivery. Or choose from over 100 certified used options, which undergo a rigorous inspection and include an amazing warranty. Plus service centers that can save you time and money and keep you on the road. So let's go to Team Toyota this spring. Just visit teamtoyota.net to find a location near you.
Welcome back to Let's Go Places. I hope that you, by now, are on your third cup of coffee, decaf if that's your choice, or a hot tea, or maybe a hot chocolate. Sitting around and listening to words of wit from Charlie Esposito. Dave Price is here with us today, and our latecomer. I'm rallying to see if he will show up.
I just hope he's all right.
I hope he's all right. He's in for a checkup, and our chairman of the Bucks County Tour of Honor, Joe Saffron, who behind the scenes, a lot of hard work to make the trip an immeasurable success. It really is each and every time. I don't know how we do it sometimes, especially toward the end. I'm thinking, there's so many more items that have to be put together, but we do it. And
you hear the veterans say the same thing. How does all this get done? It's
incredible.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. I want to thank Chief Tony Boyle, Chief Inspector Tony Boyle, as we're thinking about some of the unsung heroes and the people behind the scenes. We did not have a band. We were having a hard time with scheduling a band. He helped out with our pipe and drum. He said, "Tom, I'm here for you. What do you need?" And I said, "How about some escorts from the state line, Highway Patrol, which that division falls under Chief Inspector Tony Boyle." He said, "I'll take care of that, no problem." Your son, Matty, who was there, who met us at the state line.
Holding up traffic for us.
Holding up traffic. And it was a little testy. We'll talk about that a little testy, wasn't it, guys?
The car accident.
Yeah, with the car accident and everything. And then I heard there was some type of a shooting further up around Allegheny Avenue where they shut down. They were looking for bullets and shells, casings. It was ugly.
95 was a mess.
It was a mess. But it was just as everything was put together. But getting back to the chief, he put that together for us, made sure that Highway Patrol, in conjunction with many of our township divisions of police, Highway Patrol with Ben Salem, Lieutenant Bush did a great job, as always, coordinating everything. And how about a lot of our motorcycle clubs? There had to be 100, 150 of them, husbands and wives, supporting and rallying to provide great streamline as best that they could. But it just it warms the cockles of your heart when you see all of these motorcycles.
I mean, look that word up too.
Look that one up. Parting the Red Sea. One of the military guys said that. It's like watching Moses parting the Red Sea as we're going through traffic. Tony, great job as always, and there were many other of our volunteers that did just
amazing,
incredible job. Ron Davis at Parks Casino, thank you very much for everything that you do. We couldn't do this without Parks Casino, Team Toyota, American Heritage, all of these major sponsors. They keep it going because it costs about $70,000 to $80,000 for every trip. It's a lot of money, Bree. And the trips.
Bree kicked in some of that.
Well, she put in the 69,000, and the other 1,000 major contributors came up with. But yeah, I give my hats off to Parks Casino. That's another major contributor who always is there to help us.
We need support for some of our charity events or golf. golfers come out.
Yeah,
and
when is
golf.
that event, Charlie?
May,
No,
June
26th.
26th.
You
They
had it right.
changed it, and I
Yeah,
forgot.
they changed
the,
it. Yeah, it's June
Yeah.
26th.
Yeah, and we had some great bartenders.
Oh my goodness.
Celebrity bartender
Celebrity
events.
bartenders and
Now
all.
the girls have a pocketbook bingo, which seems to be really popular with the ladies.
The Coach
Yes.
Bingo.
Coach Bingo. It's coming up. We'll have to get these dates out for people to.
Yeah, the pocketbook bingo is going to be big. Listen in and stay tuned. And if you're calling me for the program we're doing, mention these events, and then I'll have the information right in front of me
Yeah.
as I do now. But the pocketbook event, we haven't established a date yet.
Yeah, that always gets sold out.
Yes.
No matter, my wife's done a few of them, and that seemed to be a big thing
That's
for the women.
pocketbook bingo.
Like the golf
Yes.
is mainly for the
That was-
men.
And
Pocketbook bingo or
Coach
Coach Bingo.
Coach Bingo to
Coach
Coach Bags.
Bingo.
Yeah, the Coach
Yeah.
bags.
Yeah. Oh, they show up for those
Oh.
events.
They show up.
Yeah. Then we have our car show. It'll be sometime in
I
September.
forgot to mention the car show. Yeah.
Car show. My goodness, every class model
Yes.
of vehicle that you can imagine is there. And here's another thing for those of you who are listening. If you have some type of a vehicle that you would like to flex your muscles and show it off, please give me a call. Once again, 215-768-6505. You'll get all the information that will enable you to become a contestant.
Yeah, bring your car up and show it off.
Yeah, that's at Parks East, right by the racetrack. On a Sunday we do it, and it's just fantastic. We have a DJ there. Many of our vendors show up and participate, so there's plenty of food. The kids love it. Water ices, all the neat stuff for the kids. And Mayor Joe DiGirolamo's there. Gene DiGirolamo, our state representative. Frank Perano, our judge. All the
And
public
Salem
officials.
Highway Patrol.
Highway Patrol
They
is
have their
there.
motorcycles there.
Thank you for mentioning that, Dave. Yeah. So it's a great event.
Yeah.
And rain or shine. Well, no, if it rains, we don't get the cars out there because
Yeah,
there's so much.
Rain's not good for some of the cars.
Exactly.
Yeah, that hurt us a little last year
It
because we
did.
had to move our date to another day, and there was other car show going on the same day.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we'll get around it.
Our
Yeah.
first year for the car show, I believe we had several hundred cars were there the first year.
Yes.
And then we lined the outer fence to the right of Parks East with all the vendors. And then we have food trucks and foodie trucks and
Yeah.
our
It's a nice day.
Our local fire company with their ladder truck with our garrison flags.
That's beautiful.
Flying above us. I was fortunate to get my wife's car with just that fire truck and that giant flag in a beautiful picture that's in our living room.
Yeah.
Incredible. huh?
Yes, at
Yeah.
the park show.
But
It's
even if you don't have a car, you bring your family up here. It's a nice day for the family and the kids.
It is.
I mean, they got vendors, and you walk around and look at all the nice cars.
Just
you
sensational.
can't go wrong coming up
there's
there.
something to do for everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
That's true. That's true.
And you'll probably want a car after you see all these cars.
Yeah.
You'll probably want a car.
Some of them are for sale. I've
Oh,
had
yes.
some of the models that were competing
Had sales.
ended up crossing over and buying the vehicle
Yes.
from someone. But they're just beautiful. And that's the place to go because it's right there at Parks Casino. Beautiful place there. They have good entertainment, too, and shows at Parks.
Plenty of
Yes.
free parking,
Plenty of free parking.
free admission. Spectators are free. Just, we'll have a kid's choice, and the kids can vote, so they're part of the whole program.
You're right, Dave.
We have a kid's choice.
Yeah,
And we have the mayor's choice.
yeah.
You know,
Gene,
Gene.
he's got like 6 or 7 cars every year.
The mayor brings about six of his cars. He
Yeah.
brings up. He has somebody bring them up one by one.
Yeah, 84 or 85 years young, Mayor Joe DiGirolamo. The other day when we were at Parks Casino, coming in from, being welcomed by all the
Yeah.
people cheering with flags, and Gene DiGirolamo, Joe DiGirolamo were there, and I wasn't prepared, which I should have known better. He's such a strong guy,
Yes.
the mayor. And I went over and embraced Gene, and then for a moment, as I'm coming up to the mayor, he was talking to somebody, and then when he turned around, he seen me. He said, "Oh, Tom!" And he swung around with his arm to give me a hug. Well, his arm didn't hit me around the back. It hit me in the back of the neck, almost knocked me out. He doesn't know his own strength. I love you, Joe. You know that. But man, he's strong. When he ran for mayor at the end and he won, I was the correspondent for the news correspondent or the media correspondent for WBCB down at the Bensalem Township headquarters, which was the country club.
Mm-hmm.
And that was another time when he came out and he realized that he won. He came over and picked me up in a bear hug, lifting me up off the ground.
You could see he's strong just
God.
by looking at him.
Incredible. Great guy. Jerry Fretz does a great job as the Director of Public Safety. He's on our board of directors. Jerry, once again, thank you for everything that you do. We still have our truck and trailer that we'll have to pick up today.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go over there and pick it up. With the aftermath, I know you have a few wheelchairs that
In my truck,
at
we
the dinner.
load in and
Yeah,
all the flag stands.
yeah, we'll head over there and load everything up. But it's under lock and key. And Jerry said to me, he said, "Don't worry, we got the surveillance cameras. It is a safe place over there at Parks."
I also like to mention
Please.
Brian Fitzpatrick.
He
was there.
He was there. He spoke to the veterans at the end during the dinner, and he's there for anything anybody needs that needs a little assistance getting, or there.
Yeah.
It's Brian Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he's met us down at D.C. a couple of times
Mhm.
too.
He has.
He's pretty good for the veterans.
He is a veteran.
Yes.
Yeah,
Brian is a veteran.
Brian is a veteran, so he's very much aware as
Yes.
to what's going on. Let's talk about the Tour of Honor a little bit. I mean, the trip itself.
Phenomenal.
I showed up. Well, you were there at 3 o'clock.
Right.
I showed up around 3:40, 3:45.
I
somewhere
showed
around.
up. I was there at 4.
Where you at 4?
At 4.
And then it begins. All of our volunteers upstairs, all the preparation and work. Each veteran received a beautiful welcome bag with a hat, jacket, shirt, the itinerary.
A lantern.
Yeah, and the ultimately down the road we'll explain that too. The trip coming back, some of the itinerary, but it began early in the morning. Dunkin' Donuts showed up with plenty of fresh donuts. Charlie, you didn't eat more than one, I hope, did you?
No, one. That's my limit.
Why is your nose getting longer now all of a sudden? But anyhow, yeah, the coffee was hot, decaf. I mean, everyone, it was just fantastic. We had a breakfast table there for the unknown soldier. All of our flags were up. We had our chaplains, our reverends.
Yes.
And, they gave their words about the event, how important it is. So everyone picked everything up in an orderly fashion and loaded up onto their buses. We had captains for every bus. We had an EMT on every bus. Medications are checked. For those of you who are listening, a veteran that would like to call us to schedule to be on the next Tour of Honor, not to worry about any kind of health implications, because we address that in the application itself, so we are prepared if in the event something goes wrong. We've already had a couple incidents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Down at the Air Force
Memorial.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we waited at the end. We waited at the Vietnam, or we waited at World War II Memorial for. He got discharged, and we waited till they brought him back, so he made the trip back with us.
Without an incident.
We didn't leave. We didn't leave him.
Without a
we
hug.
waited for him.
Yeah, without any problems. So we're prepared medically. We're prepared logistically, especially with the traffic and everything. If we get a couple bumps in the road, we get around it. And why?
Yeah.
Because we have so many volunteers.
Right.
And the veterans, please don't let no medical condition stop you. Call. You know about the tour. You want to go on a tour. If you need to be pushed around all day, we will push you around all day to be part of this. Don't hesitate to call and get your name in there and ask any questions. And we can, like you said, we can handle just about any condition of a veteran that we'll take with us. We can take everybody with us.
Sure. The one bus was loaded with our children from one of the high schools.
A couple of
Two
high
of them.
schools.
Yeah, Holy Family.
And Chamonix.
And Chamonix. Holy Family and the Chamonix were there. So we bring them in. And it's just heartwarming to see how our youthful generation sees the value of our courageous military and our veterans. And hopefully many of them will come up and step up and serve if need be. How important it is to keep this beautiful country safe. Down there we were met by Mission, Barbecue Mission, which gave us a wonderful lunch.
Mission Barbecue, yes.
Mission Barbecue. I can't believe the size of Bree. If you've seen these sandwiches, they were like this big. You know, beef sandwiches on one table, roast pork on the other,
Yes.
macaroni and cheese.
They're all in lunch boxes, and you got a hot mac, and nothing was cold.
No.
And they were all in lunch boxes, hot mac and cheese, a
Yes.
sandwich, napkins.
Everything. It was right there.
And them chips. Some of them got the chips.
Yeah, incredible.
I was looking for the chips because chips are good.
Oh, they are. They are.
Mission Barbecue chips are good.
We're going to take another quick pause for our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more to talk to you about the Tour of Honor and some of the other events that are coming up. You're listening to Tom Mellon here at WBCB 1490 and 107.3 on the dial. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
During the Toyota Ready, Set, Go sales event, just imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Whatever you need, from an electric vehicle to a rugged, versatile truck, we have new Toyotas on the ground for immediate delivery. Or choose from over 100 certified used options, which undergo a rigorous inspection and include an amazing warranty. Plus service centers that can save you time and money and keep you on the road. So let's go to Team Toyota this spring. Just visit teamtoyota.net to find a location near you.
Hi, this is Mayor Jeff Martin of Hamilton Township, inviting you to tune in to our monthly radio show, This Month in Hamilton. Video streamed live the fourth Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. at WBCB1490.com. We will be featuring various guests from Hamilton Township to keep you up to date on what's going on in Hamilton.
WBCB is now on your FM dial at 107.3. Serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer counties since 1958, you can now listen to all of your BCB favorites crystal clear on 107.3 FM. A new age for WBCB on a new frequency, 107.3.
Welcome back to Let's Go Places. You're listening to Charlie Esposito, who's the president of our Philadelphia Police, Fire, and Correctional Officers. Dave Price, who's our special guest today from, well, you tell us, Dave. Give us a little bit of an introduction on who you are and why you do what you do.
Well, my name is Dave Price. I'm from Ben Salem. I became a fireman at 16 in Eddington and progressed on, going through high school, running out the door, running down 2 houses away to the firehouse. Graduated high school, went in the military in 1979 to 1985.
What branch, Dave?
I was in the Army.
Okay.
I joined the Army. Got out of the Army in 1985. Was stationed out in the South Pacific and brought a island girl home with me. We'll celebrate 40 years, June 16th. Got out of the military, and before I went in the military, I was at the U.S. Steel. When I got out, my dad said, either come to Roman Haas or go back to the mill. So I went to Roman Haas, got in the fire department, and I did 35 years, retired as a fire chief. Got involved with the Tour of Honor on the motorcycles. I used to go down to Delaware and escort them back up from Delaware and do that part of the ride. And then I was asked to be on one of the buses as a bus captain. And what a life. This is the most gratifying, satisfying thing I've ever done. And each trip is like the first trip. It's amazing to meet these people, to be with these people, these veterans every trip. Like I said, it's a different trip every day. I'll never get tired of seeing all the memorials down there because we're seeing it with the different vets that we're there for. And here we are today. I guess I made like 8 trips already. And I'm going to go keep doing it until I can't do it.
God bless you for that, Dave. And that's a remarkable patriotic run in life. I mean, all the things that you've done. And, you know, my son-in-law, Nicky, who's...
he was my relief after 35 years.
Nicky Pasqualone, my son-in-law.
Finally got to hire the kid that I was at his baby christening.
Amazing.
I was friends with his father from fire companies, and Nicky was a baby, and he is in my position at the firehouse as a fire chief now.
Yeah, yeah. And his father and his grandfather, too. I mean,
yes.
dedicated Pasqualone Boulevard.
He was our
after
first.
his name.
He was our first Ben Salem Township Fire Marshal, which was Nicky's or grandfather.
Right.
His dad's father.
Right.
Nick Pasqualone, Big Nick.
Big Nick. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, now they shared the name Big Nick. When you look at the size of both of them, they're pretty close.
Nicky's dad wasn't always that big though.
No.
Back in the firefighting days, he was in tip-top shape.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, Nicky's father was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's been a great ride. It is a great ride, and this is just something. I'm retired now, and I've been with Ben Salem Rescue for 16 years. I do a program now called Community Outreach Service. I deal a lot with the overdoses in Ben Salem. My partner's with Family Services, and we get people in programs. We don't just drop them off at the hospital no more and forget about them. That's another rewarding program that I do a couple days a week with Ben Salem Rescue, and they're heroes, and now we're getting people off the street, getting them in treatment facilities, and helping them.
That's great.
And every time we go to a facility, we visit them the whole time they're in treatment.
Sure.
Whether they're in Valley Forge, Malvern.
Right.
We do road trips to go see the people that we enroll.
Sure.
And make sure they follow through. We don't just forget about them.
No.
Along like what we do with our veterans.
Of course.
We want to
Good
let
for
them
you.
know we're here.
Good job.
Good for you.
So that's
Dave.
my retirement life, and it's great.
There it
it's
is.
a great life, and
We don't even know what retirement means. It does mean something, right?
Isn't that
When
the
you
truth?
stop working or
Well,
something.
when you
my dad always said to me, "How do you get all this stuff done when you're working?"
Right.
Yeah.
You got, Tom. Of course, you're still working.
Yeah.
And still do
A lot of things.
100,000 other things.
Right. Constantly moving around.
Yes.
And my wife Jerry, she keeps me intact all the time.
Yeah.
As Denise keeps
I've
you.
seen the bruises. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And the grandkids.
And the grandkids. That's true.
Yeah.
Nikki and Brady and Brielle, they keep us all, in good shape.
That's what's making life so great. The
Oh, yeah.
grandkids.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Especially
We
your
were busy. We
grandchildren,
were
too.
busy with the kids.
Yeah.
But the grandkids are.
Yeah,
I
we
have
got
a-
6 boys.
Yeah.
I have 15 and one great grandchild and one on the way.
The little.
So I keep busy. The sports is what kills it.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
Sometimes we have 2 games in one day. Have to rush from one game to the other game.
It just continues. It just.
But you love
continues
it.
all the time.
You love it.
Every Saturday I'm at Ramblers watching
Oh, a little.
a 4-year-old play T-ball.
Oh, yeah. It's all good stuff. Well, let's talk a little bit about, while we have maybe about another 8 minutes or so. How much time do we have, Bree? 6 minutes? We want to talk about the event that, go ahead.
Survivors.
Yeah, the Survivors.
Survivors event.
And that's coming up, what date is that?
That's the 20th of
20th of this month, of May.
May.
20th of May. May 20th
at this FOP on
for
Caroline
Police,
Road.
11630 Caroline Road. If you take US 1, we call it the Boulevard.
Yeah.
Right across from Top
Comley.
Golf.
Yeah,
Top
right
Golf.
across from.
It's Comley. You make the left-hand turn, and the first street when you pass the Pepsi plant, or the first opening, is Comley. Caroline
Caroline
Road. Forgive
Road.
me. Comley to Caroline Road, and right down. You can't miss it.
Right.
And that's from 12 to 3.
No, it's from 3 to 7, and
I
it's
was testing you.
40. Yes, and it's a $40 donation.
Okay.
And all the money goes to the survivors. Everybody should be familiar with the survivors. It's for the children of police officers and women that got killed in the line of duty. We make sure they get their college taken care of and everything else. All that money goes directly for that, the Survivors Fund. So it's a great charity. There's music, dancing, food, drinks. I'm sure you'll get your $40 worth by the time the night's over.
Oh, no question
And
about
they
it.
do have some celebrity bartenders of the
Not at the Survivors. We have celebrity bartender events. We had the Bull one year. Remember that?
Greg Lazinski.
Greg Lazinski.
Yeah.
And he's buying all the people drinks
Down at the Eddington House.
out at the Eddington
Yeah.
House.
Yeah, I said, Greg, what are you doing? He's going into his pocket. I said, no, you're not buying anything.
You're not
Just
buying
relax.
But everybody was. It was nice of him.
Just a great guy.
He was a great guy. He was talking to everybody.
Oh, he was. One of Paul Muller's closest friends.
So serving drinks. Then our wives had what were they, shots that they make?
Oh, the Jello shots.
Jello
Jello
shots.
The 3 of them were drinking. They would sell one and drink one.
Drink one. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We had to take the keys away from them.
Yeah. That was a
driving
good
up.
night.
That
So
was
we have a charity thing. I did a charity breakfast once up in Doylestown. We had
Right.
one of the, I forget the place it was, and we did a charity breakfast where people would come. That they charge us like $3 a person, and we got the rest of the money for anybody that ate there that day.
Yeah, these are just great events. They really are.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It takes a village. You know? You got a lot of people, a lot of money you got to raise.
Sure.
Thank God for our big corporations, like Paul
And Parks Casino and American
they
Heritage.
help
and all.
out so much.
Yeah. Well, remember the special honor program that's for our heroes here at Team Toyota. Once again, call the number and ask for me, Tom. Well, it'll come right to me, Tom Mellon, for the Heroes Special Program that's going on. There's many of you that I will reach. I want to reach every one of them, Dave. 215-768-6505 for all of our police, fire, military, medical, and EMTs, paramedics, and all family members as well. I'll qualify you, set up a time for you to come in and see me, and I assure you that it will be an experience that you won't regret and you'll remember. It'll leave an indelible mark. And then we make a donation to specific charities. 215-768-6505. So if you need a car and you're a hero, call Tom Mellon. Once again, 215-768-6505. And another special event that just passed, Sergeant James O'Connor. He was posthumously promoted from corporal to sergeant, who was fatally shot shortly after like 6 a.m. in the morning, Friday, March the 13th. Friday the 13th, jeez. It's more than 3 years while serving a murder warrant on the I think it was the 1600 block of Bridge Street in the Frankfurt section of the city. We will forever honor his sacrifice, the police department. John McNesby constantly honors the event. We had a great outing this past Friday, and it sold out in an hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
It sold out.
And that also goes for the survivors.
That goes
they
for
did
the survivors.
four scholarships since the last
Yes.
event. So that money goes to the survivors also.
Yes, exactly. Trying to think of some of the other events that are coming up. That was a great one for, he was my nephew.
Yeah.
I remember him when he was 2 years old. His father and I graduated from the police academy in 50 years ago, almost 50 years ago. February, we graduated in May of 74. Jimmy went to the 16th district. I went to the 25th district.
His son's still on the job.
His son's still on the
Yes.
job. They moved him up to the police academy, Dave.
Yep.
Where he's an instructor, and God love him.
I see him at the Cavalry Field all the time.
Yeah,
Him
exactly.
and his mom.
Yeah.
At the Cavalry football field.
Yeah, we did a nice thing over there for them.
Yep.
Yeah, all prayers.
Did a story on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All prayers and honors out to the O'Connor and Terry, the survivor, Jimmy, and God, love all the O'Connors. They're just incredible. And
We have a beer every year in Wildwood on Jimmy's bench.
on Jimmy's bench.
If
Yeah.
We sat on
we
that
have-
too.
We have breakfast right there.
Yeah.
And then we walk across to the, Jimmy's bench, and
Oh, well,
it's
I
9
mean-
o'clock in the morning, but we have a beer with Jimmy.
We're at 17th and Ocean.
We're down to 30 seconds here.
Wow.
Just wanted to, it went by quick, didn't it?
Wow, and
we
Joe,
want to thank.
and Joe talks so much. We
Yes.
couldn't-
Saffron, you just got to learn to lip it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But at any rate, God bless all of you, our heroes out there who are listening in. And if you do know a hero or a family member, please have them reach out and call us here at Team Toyota so that we can welcome them into our family and help them with any of their vehicle needs. Paul Muller, a veteran himself. Jerry, I'm coming home to walk the dog. I always have to remind
I
her that I didn't
know.
forget. And Frank and Terry, good friends of ours that listen religiously to every show. He's smiling right now in his garage. But I want to thank each and every one of you listening for this Let's Go Places show. We're here every fourth Wednesday at 10 a.m. with Bree and our gang. Dave, I want to thank you for being here.
I'm honored to be here sitting for the first time with you guys. And
Well, we'll bring it back again
yes,
sometime.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And On behalf of Team Toyota, Paul Muller, myself, and the Heroes program, be safe, stay well, don't text while you drive, and most importantly, God bless America.